What's up, guys? King K-Pop here with my review of episode 2 of YG Entertainment's survival program, When? Who is Next? Episode number 2. Here we go. Let's get it. Let's go. So episode 2. Episode 2, another interesting and intriguing episode, I would say. I kind of like a little bit better than the first. I gotta say, Young Suk is that man is that man is tough. He's tough on these kids. I mean, seeing from this program here, to me, I think he's much more tougher. Or at least from what we know from saying on TV, at least, he seems much more cruel to these kids than he was with Big Bang, and he was training them. I mean, just wow. One of the members of Team A, by the way, Team A, named I think it's Taehyun. He's the main vocalist, and as they're going through their monthly evaluation, they did a cover of Alicia Keys' song, and Taehyun is just like kind of screwed up a little bit, and Suk just lit right into him. He said, he says, Taehyun, he's like, yeah, he's like, what is your position of the group? He was like, main vocalist. I hit the high notes and the low notes. And Suk said, really? You're the main vocalist or a sub vocalist? That was terrible. And I'm just like, whoa. I mean, you can see the expression. I mean, I understand. I mean, Suk's his theme or his the way he works in training his trainers is that he always says that he doesn't give his trainees a lot of compliments, because he says he believes that if you give them too much confidence and if he compliments on everything that they're doing right, then they can become arrogant and they won't focus on what's wrong or their flaws. So he's very limited in giving his trainees compliments and giving them praise. But he's very harsh and wouldn't think twice about telling them their flaws and what they lack in. I understand this philosophy or this mindset, but realistically, I do think it can be kind of damaging a little bit for some of these trainees, because at the end of the day, these are all kids. I mean, yes, they're kids, but I mean, like, good God, I mean, he's just like, it's like Suk, it's like he tears down their confidence a little bit, and I'm not sure if that's the best thing all the time. And sure, you can say, okay, look at how he produced Big Bang, and look how he produced Seven and other previous YG artists. But I'm not. That's the one thing I kind of go separate with when it comes to Young Suk, is being a little bit too overly critical. I mean, you can give constructive criticism, but Young Suk's constructive criticism is a little bbit more than just constructive criticism. It's a bit damaging. I can understand if he wants to, not give too many praises to trainers because he doesn't want them to become too cocky and confident as trainees. I get that. But I mean, it's like he just damages and just destroys these kids' confidence completely with some of the very harsh words he says. So I'm not a big fan of that method to a degree. But nonetheless, I mean, just lit right into the kid, and Taehyun just broke down, had a hard time. Then you had Team B. Team B's performance. I think they did a cover of T-Pain, one of T-Pain songs. And he was like, this was awful. He's like, this is the worst performance you guys have ever done in your monthly evaluations. This is the worst. Which I will admit, it wasn't, because they did look kind of out of place, Team B. They didn't look very focused, at least for some of the members. What else happened in this episode here? Team A has a leader. I think it's Minho. Yeah, Minho. Was named as the leader. He looks a lot like G-Dragon, like in the face, like physically he looks a lot like G-Dragon. Whereas B.I. kind of sounds like G-Dragon vocally when he raps, but Minnow looks like G-Dragon in the face physically. And he kind of had, he kind of said some harsh words with the other members when they were trying to figure out the next song to pick for their evaluation. Kind of said some harsh words, and Kang Sung-yoon had to pull him aside and was like, "Hey, we understand that you were just named the leader of of Team A and whatnot, but you have to have a certain level of respect with us, because if you're too overly critical, Taehyung is already sensitive and always kind of feeling a little bit insecure about himself because of what our boss just said. So he's very sensitive to negativity, and you may be the youngest out of all of us, but remember, you came in last. Like, out of all of us who trained here in YG, you had the least amount of training here in YG compared to all of us, and you were the last person to come in here or join this group. So like, be kind of careful with your words," which I thought was a nice way that Sung-yoon kind of let him know, like, hey, like, you're being a little bit too harsh. I think you're kind of getting a little bit stuck up a little bit, or trying too hard, since you've been filled as the role of a leader. So I thought it was a nice way of kind of like letting them know, like, hey, kind of check yourself. But what I didn't know was that Minnow also knew Zico of Block B. Zico of Block B comes in. Was surprising to see him on the show. Like, whoa, he knows Zico. That's cool. And Zico gives him some, what I think some pretty sound advice on how to be, a leader, and saying, like, you can't just really think about yourself. If you think, hey, I have to improve, I have to do better, then the rest of the group is, if I do better and if I improve and the rest of the group improves, he's like, you're done. You're automatically done. You have to find the strengths of every member and bring them together as a leader. So he gave some sound advice, I thought, from Zico. One member I'm starting to really like a lot off Team B is Bobby. I'm really starting to like Bobby. Bobby's cool. Bobby's like, Bobby kind of reminds me of Taehyung from 2 PM, and I forgot the leader from 2 AM. But he has that personality where it's like, he's kind of nerdy. He's got some inner swag in him. Like, he's hip. He's got some hipness to him, but it's dug deep down and kind of buried a little bit with the nerdy, geeky exterior. He just needs to be, connected to the right tools and kind of strip him away from the, the whole geeky exterior to show this hip, cool, swagger side to him. I like Bobby. There's something about Bobby that's just kind of, I don't know, humble, a humble beginnings, he has that natural kind of like cool, calm, and collected, like laid back personality. Bobby kind of reminds me of myself a little bit in terms of personality wise, just kind of laid back, have his moments of being goofy. And I think that's probably the reason why I like Bobby, is because I kind of see a little bit of my personality and traits in Bobby. So I do like Bobby, and he's very talented too. They showed a little snippet of him singing of a song that he composed. Bobby sounds good, and I'm trying to figure out why the hell did YG put him as one of the main rappers for Team B, because Bobby can sing. Bobby is a good singer. He sang quite a few times throughout, the second episode here. It shows some songs that he self-composed. Bobby's a pretty good singer. I'm kind of dense as to why would they make him a rapper. I mean, he's good at rapping, but I think he'd be even better as a singer. But whatever, we'll see with that. So all in all, interesting episode nonetheless. We did get to see a cameo appearance from Epic High. Epic High said that they think, in their personal opinions, they think that Team A has more of they have more maturity level. They have more confidence in themselves, and that they're better singers. But they think that Team B are better dancers. So they think that Team B are better dancers, but Team A has the better vocalists, have the better singing voices, and they have the confidence, maturity, and I think they said they feel like they have more of a brotherly connection compared to Team B. Because with Team B, B.I., Bobby, and I forgot the other guy, those three, they were training for like 2 years, just the three of them. And then YG threw in another, triple, three other guys that they just threw into the group to make Team B. So, they're still trying to find their niche. But with Team A, pretty much all of them, with the exception of maybe Minho, but he's adapted pretty fast with the other four members. They kind of pretty much already know each other. So, good episode. I liked it. You guys let me know what you think. Episode 2 of Wham in the box below. Subscribe. Peace.